Hello internets, TheRoschi, and I'm back with some more Genshin Impact gameplay, and today we have Eula's story quest. Now, I know a lot about Eula already. I haven't done this yet, but I mean, I was able to pick pieces here and there to kind of get a general concept of her character. Yet, I still learned quite a lot about her today, and you're about to see that, so let's get into it. Oh, Jean, I am here.
Thank you for coming on such short notice, Honorary Knight. I know you must be busy.
Just trying to save the world.
Well, to make a long story short, there's a particular matter at hand that the Knights requires your assistance with.
The Knights are as busy as ever.
Yes, it has been one thing after another recently. Neither myself nor any of the Mondstadt garrison are able to catch a moment of peace.
That's unfortunate.
I have recently received multiple reports from the Knights of someone within the Lawrence clan having close dealings with the Fatui.
The Fatui? Again?
Always, Paimon.
But who are the Lawrence clan?
Well, Jean's about to tell us. I've read the comic, by the way. All of them. Including the ones that aren't as easy to find in English. I found them and I was able to read them. So, by the way, that was a lot of fun. That was a cool thing and got my mind going. But anyway, let's continue. Yeah, who are the Lawrence clan?
There was a dark period in Mondstadt's history when the aristocracy ruled over the city. The hard-won freedom that followed with the fall of Decarabian was lost once again as slavery spread throughout the land. The first Dandelion Knight, Vanessa, spearheaded the revolution that overthrew the old aristocratic system and established the Knights of Favonius, leading Mondstadt to become the city that you see today.
Yeah.
The aristocrats that had oppressed the people of Mondstadt were none other than the Lawrence clan.
Oh, Paimon gets it! So the clan's descendants are now scheming with the bad guys to carry out more dubious deeds.
We suspect as much, though we have yet to obtain any solid evidence. The reason I summoned you here today is to ask you to help us further investigate this matter.
But why us?
Unfortunately, the Knights of Favonius and the aristocracy have been at odds with one another for as long as I can remember.
Understandable.
We've already considered every possible way of resolving our differences, but it seems the descendants of the aristocracy remain antagonistic towards the Knights. No matter what stance we take when dealing with them, the outcome is always the same. Our efforts only result in adding more fuel to the flames. We could come knocking on their door on the grounds of a search warrant, but if the investigation were to come up empty, I'm afraid tensions and distrust would only increase.
This is true. But doesn't everyone know, for the most part, that I'm an honorary knight? That I've been associated with you guys? And why would they let some random stranger go and investigate if they didn't know who I was? Let's hear your plan.
All of our past efforts would have been wasted.
Yeah, but as the honorary knight, I technically also belong to the Knights. Exactly.
You are in fact the best candidate to represent the Knights of Favonius. But you need not emphasize your role as the honorary knight. You're a traveler from a distant land, and you can approach the aristocrats in this way.
Yeah, but why would they bother?
Once you come to friendly terms with the Lawrence clan, you should be in a good position to learn more of their possible connections with the Fatui.
Okay.
Oh, leave it to Master Jean to come up with such a thorough plan.
We are also... I love Jean. I absolutely adore her. This plan sucks. She's letting me and Paimon go do this. Paimon. The thing that can't keep its mouth shut. This is a bad idea. Here we go.
Perhaps such plans have become second nature after all the diplomatic issues I've dealt with. The name of the Lawrence clan member in question is Schubert. Lately, he can often be found strolling near the northern city walls.
Okay, look for a Schubert.
It is said that he is difficult to get along with due to his temperamental disposition, but if we approach him calmly, then things should go off without a hitch.
I hope things will go smoothly.
Thanks again for your help. If you run into any snags along the way, I'll do anything in my power to support you.
I appreciate that, Jean. I think you're gonna have to support me pretty quickly. There's no way Paimon's not blurting something out. Whenever in this game they're like, okay, we're doing something and it's secret, I already know, like, there's no way this is gonna work. There's no way in 100 years this is gonna work because of who I have to deal with on a daily. Wild plan. And this guy hangs out in Mondstadt? How would he not know who I... Anyway, it's fine. Hello, are you Schubert? You look like a Schubert. Let's talk.
Huh? Who are you?
I'm the honorary knight. Fuck! Shit!
Hello, we're here too.
Paimon, no.
Hello?
Yeah, what's wrong?
What's wrong? Did you just say what's wrong?
You look like there's something wrong.
Huh. And I suppose you think that you can simply strut up here and greet me in such an ignoble and vulgar manner?
I paused for a while there because I'm like, damn, this guy could actually, like... This guy could actually be me. If I was more of an asshole than I already am. And a little posh. He's got like the mustache and goatee and like the hair thing going. Like and glasses. Like this could be Mondstadt me, but I don't want to accept it.
Given that I don't recognize you, I can only assume that you are a traveler of some variety. I'll have you know that you are speaking with the Schubert Lawrence, a blood descendant of the magnanimous nobility.
Well, that's nice.
If you wish to address me, you'd best consider your words more carefully. Such nonchalant manners are inadmissible and will never do.
Why are you like this?
Now, if you're somehow capable of understanding anything I've said, then you will get down on your knees, apologize for your negligent actions, and give me a proper introduction. That is the appropriate etiquette.
Shit, he also has blue eyes too. This is looking good, guys.
That's etiquette? Paimon's never heard of something so complicated before.
Huh. In former times, when people knew their place and respected traditions, such conduct was only basic courtesy when greeting a nobleman. And neglecting your manners would result in a swift whipping.
Wow.
But look at the world now. Rules have been thrown to the wayside and manners forgotten. I cannot bear to see such degradation.
Sounds like it's too much hassle to me. It's no wonder the aristocracy fell. I'm gonna say it.
What did you say?
Mm-hmm.
You dare question the dignity of the nobility?
Yo, fuck your nobility.
I'll have you know that though the Lawrence clan is in decline, myself and others of noble blood are looking for a chance to restore our rightful honor.
I will bite your finger off.
Just look around. The people are unruly and undisciplined. I, however, strive to retain the elegance and etiquette of the nobility. After all, we are of a completely different breed by birth.
Yeah, you built different? I haven't even said anything yet.
Save your words. I find your manners and bearing repulsive. I have nothing to discuss with the likes of you.
So you've chosen death.
Besides, I am in no way obligated to instruct commoners on basic courtesies.
Okay.
Now I have more pressing matters to attend to. I'll take my leave.
Why do you hang out by the north wall all the time? It was said like it's something you normally do.
So this is what Master Jean meant by difficult to get along with. Let's head back and talk things over with her.
Okay. We're gonna go rethink our plan because, yeah, Schubert, you kind of a dick. Why did he have to be like that? Why did he have to be like, people should be getting whipped? Oh, Amber, hi.
Well, if it isn't the Honorary Knight, I'm just on my way out to gather some intel. I didn't expect to run into you here.
Yep. Just doing a thing.
Huh? Judging by your expression, you must have run into some trouble.
You could say that.
Master Jean tasked us with a special assignment, but things seem to have run aground for the moment.
It's a long story.
No need to get down on yourself. Sometimes things just don't turn out as planned. Even I can't guarantee useful intel every time I'm dispatched. You just have to keep at it and never give up.
Thanks, Amber. Thank you.
Hey, why don't you let me try to help? What's the problem?
I thought you were busy.
Master Jean asked us to build a connection with someone named Schubert Lawrence.
And this is how Eula's going to show up, because she's going to be like, oh, Lawrence? I know a Lawrence. Eula. This is the official meeting of Eula, I imagine. It would be, right? It's her story quest.
But it turns out that he's a peculiar character that doesn't listen to anyone, especially Paimon.
Aha, Schubert! I know him. Let me guess. He said you didn't have any manners.
Sounds like you're no stranger to his rants.
I've been on the receiving end of his lectures many a time. The Lawrence clan can be very particular about such things.
You mean everyone in the Lawrence clan is just a big headache?
That'd be really unfortunate.
As aristocrats, they believe there should be a certain distance between themselves and common folk. I understand their thinking, but that's just not how things are anymore.
No, people are people, man.
However, there is one exception among the Lawrence clan. My good buddy, Eula.
Nice.
Buddy?
That's right. Not only is she from the Lawrence clan, but she's also captain of the Knights of Favonia's 4th Company.
Jean told us that the Lawrence clan sees the Knights as enemies. How could a member of the Lawrence clan join the Knights?
Eula is special. She's not quite like the other members of her clan. She has her own beliefs and it shows.
Yeah.
In other words, she doesn't really adhere to the strict rules and conventions of her family. However, she's still quite knowledgeable about dealing with the Lawrences. I'm sure you'll see what I mean if you meet her.
Okay.
That's strange. If Eula is a member of the Lawrence clan, then why would Master Jean choose us for the task? Couldn't she just ask Eula?
Maybe it's too personal, you know? Keep family out of it, sort of thing?
Well, it's a little complicated.
Or...
Basically, the Lawrence clan has frowned upon the fact that Eula joined the Knights. Her family members don't particularly care for her.
Right, yeah. That could be... It's like, don't get family involved to avoid some hostility, or there's already some hostility in some way, or there's a lack of trust in Eula herself. But that'd be weird to have her be a part of the Knights in the first place. And I don't think that's how Jean would roll, so...
In their eyes, Eula is nothing but a traitor to the family.
I guess that's understandable from their point of view. She sounds like quite the character.
She's very easy to get along with. Just explain the situation, and I'm sure she'll help you come up with a way to get along with Schubert.
Okay.
In fact, I think she's out in the wilderness on patrol this morning. You should be able to find her around Storm Bear Mountains.
Alright, let's go interrupt her work.
Thanks, Amber. Alright, you heard her. Let's go find Eula.
Yeah.
Good luck, you two. I've got my own matters to investigate.
You do that.
Who would have guessed the Knights have a member of the Lawrence clan? Well, if you want to learn about the conduct of the Lawrence clan, who better to ask than one of their own family members?
We will find her and become best friends very quickly. You're cool. Hello.
The Fatui! What are they doing here?
What's going on, guys?
Is that why Eula was sent on patrol here?
Let's move.
Let's fight first and talk later!
Cool it. This is bad.
There we go.
This isn't good.
Nice. Oh. He's got a gun! Oh, and her music. Get him. This is sick. Oh. Nice. That was awesome. She got a cutscene and everything.
You don't think twice before reaching for your sword, do you? Do you have any idea how long I've been tracking these targets? And now you get to stake a claim. You think you're stronger because you got to them first? Mark my words, vengeance will be mine.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. Vengeance?
That's right. I heard the commotion and came as swiftly as I could, only to find you two already fighting the Fatui. Not only that, you are making quick work of them too.
Thank you.
If I didn't make my move, you would have been able to take all the credit.
True.
Still, I'm glad you're unscathed. Confronting that number of Fatui at once can be dangerous.
I know my way around a fight.
Sorry, Paimon doesn't understand what you mean, but thanks for your concern.
Concern? Why would I be concerned for the safety of my arch-enemies?
Oh.
Arch-enemies? Wait a minute! You were saying how glad you were that we were unscathed a second ago!
By which I meant, if you were injured, I'd have to escort two strangers guilty of stealing my targets all the way back to Mondstadt.
Oh, like that, okay.
Which would mean you'd cause me even more trouble. My vengeance would be swifter still.
So you take everything very personally. Got it.
Huh? So that's how you see all this?
You must be Eula?
Yes, that's me.
Paimon thinks she's pretty strange, although at least we can communicate with her.
You dare to call someone you've just met strange? Forget the aristocracy. That's rude even by normal standards.
I mean, Paimon is the last person to be calling anyone strange. It is a little weird every time she does call another person strange.
Speaking of which, how do you know my name?
Well, we've known your best buddy, Amber, and she was like, go talk to Eula, and now we're here.
This is the Honorary Knight of the Knights of Favonius. And speaking of rude, we're trying to investigate an aristocrat named Schubert Lawrence. He's so obsessed with etiquette that he's not even willing to speak with us.
I understand now. That's my uncle, all right.
Okay, so... Uncle, sure.
But why do you mean to investigate him?
He may be secretly involved with the Fatui?
I see. You have some nerve to faming a family member right in front of me. I will have vengeance for this too.
Okay. I feel like I'm gonna be in pain by the end of this.
No. This is an assignment from Master Jean. It's just an investigation, that's all.
Aren't you worried about your uncle?
To the everyday citizens of Mondstadt, everyone in the Lawrence clan is scum. It's natural for rumors and unwarranted gossip to lead to such suspicion.
Hard to avoid such a reputation when you're known as the ruthless rulers of Old Mondstadt.
Oh, so that's what you think of me? Yet another transgression to avenge.
Okay.
But, didn't you say it first?
Is it... So am I involved with this vengeance? Because that Paimon said that. I didn't say that. I'm just... Are we counting as like we're both gonna get hurt? Or are we keeping our own scores? Because I'm in trouble if you're including Paimon's into mine.
Curious. We've only just met, and you've already given me 3 causes for vengeance. It's been a while since I've encountered anyone as interesting as you.
Why do you seem so happy about it?
I assume you need me to teach you the conduct of the Lawrence clan. Only then will you finally be able to communicate with my uncle, correct?
I guess so.
That's right. Amber told us to come and talk to you.
Well then, let's begin your training immediately. It'll be easier to train when we're back in Mondstadt. We'll require other people.
But aren't you plotting vengeance against us? You're not planning to take revenge at an opportune moment, are you?
We can put that aside for now.
Okay.
Besides, if it's the acting Grandmaster's assignment, and Amber's the one who recommended me, I should comply.
Fair enough.
Paimon's confused. This girl's all vengeance this and revenge that. But she doesn't seem the least bit angry. Still, Paimon has met bigger weirdos before.
Yeah, we have. We've met a lot of weirdos. Yeah, her vengeance thing is like a weird quirk of hers. Like, I get it. It's just like her way of saying like, payback over even the littlest of things. Okay, there she is. Hello, Eula. Oh, okay.
Ah, you finally arrived. There's no time to spare, so we'll begin with our first lesson.
Wait, hold on. There's something we need to clear up first. Otherwise it'll keep bugging us.
About all that vengeance stuff, yes.
So that's still on your mind, huh? Maybe you're the ones who can't let things go.
We just want to know your definition of it. I don't care that you say it a lot. I just need to know I'm not going to get stabbed later.
Don't worry. There's a time and place for exacting vengeance. Besides, I'm not in the mood for any right now. Best save it for later.
That doesn't answer.
You need to be in the right mood for vengeance.
I already have a long list of vengeance to exact. Even if I wanted to begin now, I'd have to start in the right order.
Ah. Your hit list, understood.
Who knows how long it will be before I get to you?
Well, if you have so much to take care of, wouldn't it just be easier to give us a clean slate?
It would be funny. Because I know some characters do get a second story quest. I don't know if Eula has had one. But it'd be funny if she does get a second story quest and it's her just finding you, being like, I'm here to exact my vengeance. I'm here to fulfill that. I got to you on the list. Your turn, bucko, you know? And then you just have to deal with that. That'd be funny.
Absolutely not. Stealing my targets, calling me a ruthless ruler, and suspecting my uncle. All worthy of vengeance in my eyes.
She's definitely counting.
But you needn't worry, at least not whilst we're investigating this matter. I'm sure you're familiar with the phrase, a man of moral integrity fears no slanderous attack.
Man of moral integrity fears no slanderous attack. Okay.
If Uncle Schubert didn't commit any wrongdoing, then any such investigation will prove fruitless.
True.
But if he did commit a wrongful act, then he should bear the full punishment.
Yes.
I'm sure you understand.
Of course. I think I'm starting to see what you mean.
Good. Now, there are two key points that aristocrats attach great importance to. Your manner of speech and your bearing. Let's begin with your manner of speech. Aristocrats have a very unique way of carrying conversation, even with mundane daily topics.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Paimon's already learned some unique conversation. Mark my words, vengeance will be mine!
Paimon, that's not going to help us. And the fact that you, if that's your imitation voice when you imitate people, that's not good. That was not a good, that's gonna piss her off. She's going to kill me.
Not even close. And besides, it sounds strange.
Hey! Paimon learned it from you! And didn't you say not to call others strange? It seems you don't respect the rules of your own clan.
No, I've no need to trouble myself with such frivolous formalities. Here, allow me to demonstrate.
Okay.
For example, when greeting a friend, you could say, "As the morning dew greets the coming dawn, so do I greet you, my dear friend.
Ah, that's a lot. I'd much prefer good morning.
As the morning dew does what now?
However, such a phrase may only be used during the morning hours. Also, the party with whom you're speaking must be of approximately the same status as you.
Okay.
Morning dew is not uncommon, so it expresses that friendship should not be measured by value, yet also suggests that friendship between aristocrats is pure like water.
Seems like a lot of work just to greet a good friend.
Oh, no. You must be prudent with your words. Calling someone a good friend could easily offend them.
But didn't you just say my dear friend in your example? Paimon's confused.
Gotta use the right lingo.
Yes, I did. But you must know in the Lawrence family, dear friend is a set phrase that can only be used towards certain friends with whom one is acquainted, but not particularly close. It sounds much more pleasant to call an acquaintance a dear friend. So, another thing to remember. Aristocrats are concerned with face and being polite.
Gotcha. You know, it's interesting. What it's reminding me of is, and I'm sure other cultures do this as well, Japanese culture, when referring to certain people, because you change up the lingo you use depending on who you're speaking with. There's different language to use when you're at work versus talking to a friend / close family member / someone who is older, and so on. And I've talked to a lot of Japanese people actually, and they've said that for even them, although it's part of their culture and it's like normal to do that, but at least the people I talk to, they find it extremely annoying. This isn't exactly that, it's just kind of that where she's just referring to their clan's aristocratic speak, but it just gives me that feeling of, man, there are a lot of language rules here to do this very specific thing that normally shouldn't be a big deal, but to them it is, because it's just so built into who they are. So it's that concept that I think is very interesting right now.
However, if you were to use dear friend to address an intimate friend, the recipient would think that you were deliberately trying to estrange them.
You mean you always have to talk this way?
This is only the first step in making a greeting. After addressing one another, you then exchange courtesies.
Wait! This is all too abstract. Perhaps it would be better if you gave some real-life demonstrations.
Ah, true. I live by doing. I live by doing. I learn by doing the thing. That's the sentence.
Ah. Very well. Come with me. We'll choose some bystanders to converse with.
If they're random people, they're going to be pretty confused. Oh, hi, Norman. You wouldn't happen to be a Norman Lawrence, right? Because this is going to get really awkward real fast if you're not.
Oh, you're Eula of the Lawrence clan, right? This can't be good.
Uh-oh.
You there, lowly laborer. You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lawrence clan. I have words for you.
Oh no. I didn't like that you called him lowly laborer. Even though this is just an example and you probably don't mean it, but still. Goddamn.
Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility... what comes next? Oh, right. By solemnly kneeling to the ground with utmost sincerity.
That was funny. That was good. I like that.
Huh? I can't make heads or tails of anything you're saying.
She has essentially told you to grovel because she's in your presence. Or you're in her presence, rather. Peasant.
Hold on. What did they always teach me?
Eula, I don't think this is working. This isn't the best example.
Whenever a dispute arises, protection of your family's prestige and dignity always takes precedence. Got it. As a lowly commoner, you shall maintain absolute reverence when speaking with those under which you so graciously toil. How dare you speak in such a manner?
Oh, man.
Ugh, is everyone from the Lawrence clan so strange?
At least he's more just weirded out rather than insulted because he just doesn't understand the lingo. So there is that.
The days of the Lawrence clan's tyranny have long passed. I don't care what you're trying to do. Just beat it.
She's just giving us a demonstration. That's all.
Like I said, I don't care what you're doing.
Okay.
I have nothing to say to any member of the Lawrence clan.
Oh, okay.
And here's a word of advice.
Okay.
I wouldn't be caught dead walking too closely with any one of their like in Mondstadt.
Alright.
If that's all, I'll be going. I'm afraid I won't be able to control myself if we talk any longer.
Oh, damn. Alright, now you're just being angry.
Hey! Don't leave! Halt! Mark my words, vengeance will be mine!
Eula, you're great, but goddamn, what was that?
Wow, the Lawrence name really does carry a terrible reputation.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind him. I could have predicted as much. Let's find someone else.
Okay. Hey, are you ready to get your day ruined, Leno? Here we go.
You there, lowly toiler. You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lawrence clan. I have words for you. Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility, and solemnly kneel to the ground with utmost sincerity.
Leno, can we just... I can't expect him to kneel on the ground. I wouldn't even do it. If she came up to me like this, I wouldn't even do it. It's rough, man.
Huh? Why don't you respond? According to the custom, I must wait until you kneel completely before I can say the next words. Right. I mustn't look at you too long, or I'll be drawing more attention to our difference in status. Oh dear, I've already stared at you for quite a while. Fine. You may spare yourself the formality of kneeling, as it may be a little inconvenient. I shall continue. Oh, wait. I think there's a line for people with rude attitudes in this situation.
He's just confused. He's not really rude.
Hey, stop bothering me or else I might say something you wouldn't like to hear. Okay,
well.
Then again, I've got no words for anyone from the Lawrence clan.
Damn.
Again? What's with this attitude?
Maybe we should just stop for now?
Yes, I don't think his attitude will change. If I keep grandstanding like this, the outcome won't be good. Let's try to find someone else to talk to.
Eula, this isn't... This only works with other people of your clan. It's not a good example if you use it on common folk. Because they hate your people. And you know that.
I'll remember your unwillingness to comply. Mark my words. Vengeance will be mine.
Okay. I am very confused with Eula right now. I figured she would know this. But instead she's going around antagonizing people just by trying to give a better example. I don't know. Hi, Randall. You would be a closer match to me if you had a goatee than the Schubert guy. Just saying. I like your glasses. Now prepare to get annoyed.
Lowly worker.
Yeah, I've already heard it all before. Look, just spare me the time. Our answer's always the same. We've got nothing to say to the likes of you. I mean, seriously, can't you just take a hint?
Please calm down. We don't want to cause any trouble.
I know she's a knight of Favonius, and that the knights wouldn't misplace their trust, but the name Lawrence carries too much weight with it. Even to this very day, the descendants of the Lawrence clan are still scheming to reclaim Mondstadt and reinstate their aristocratic rule. And if that wasn't enough, here you are purposefully using their awkward way of speaking just to put on an act? Don't you care for the feelings of us ordinary folk?
He's got a point. I kind of agree with Randall. Random NPC dude is sort of on the ball right now.
You have a point.
Thank you. Oh God, I was so worried she was gonna be dumb, guys. I was so worried. Oh God.
But mark my words,
no!
This transgression will not go unnoticed.
God damn it, Eula.
Huh? You want to fight? Listen here, I may be no match for you, but I'll be sure to lodge a complaint with the Knights of Favonius.
Maybe we should call it a day for now. Maybe everyone should just take a step back.
I'm sorry, but I want her to understand that I'm serious. Listen here, if you don't want things to get more unpleasant, then you'd better just stop.
Forget it. There's no point in quarreling any further. Let's go.
Bye, Randall.
It's alright. This happens quite often. Let's find someone else to talk to.
No, we should not.
Paimon thinks we've seen enough now. Let's just stop. Actually, Paimon thinks we should apologize for asking you to demonstrate for us. We had no idea the feelings between the Lawrence clan and the people of Mondstadt were so bitter.
I mean, I did, but we're learning.
What can we do? The Lawrence name is already a dirty word among every household in Mondstadt. Even 3-year-olds know the story. I see this kind of attitude all the time.
And somehow you still managed to brush it off with a laugh?
Don't worry. What with me being a Knight of Favonius, they're usually willing to speak a few words with me. Perhaps my aristocratic manner of speech provoked them today. Believe me, it's not a big issue.
I mean, that's exactly what provoked them. Because your aristocratic speech is balls.
So this is the way things are normally for you? There's no need for them to direct their anger at you personally.
That's the way things are. Perhaps it's just fate for those who have made mistakes. Accepting punishment is only fair, right? But when your family has committed atrocities, I'm afraid there's no easy path to reconciliation. As memories are carried in the city breeze, the faults of such grievances are passed from one generation to the next. It is now my turn to bear this burden. At least I have a means of living a relatively normal life compared to the elders of my family. I have nothing to be discontented about.
So you knew all along that we'd encounter these kinds of problems?
Yeah! Why were you so willing to try and demonstrate for us?
Oh, that reminds me. That last person will not escape my vengeance either. Let's leave it at that. Just think of it as something I like to do.
Okay.
But unfortunately, you probably didn't learn much from those conversations. It seems we have no other choice but to find more people to talk to.
I think we have to... I have to see an actual conversation between two people who are both aristocratic.
No need! Besides, the Traveler's pretty sharp, and nothing gets in our way on an adventure. Paimon thinks we got the gist of it now.
Because if you think of it, she's talking to people who are lower in status, technically. So she's using words for them. But I'm going to be talking to Schubert, who considers himself pretty high up, even though, technically, Lawrence clan's kind of at the bottom of the barrel right now. But I still don't think he would appreciate it, even if it was within his speak, if I walked up to him and was like, you know, lowly miscreant of the Lawrence clan. I have words for you. You know what I mean? Like, that's not gonna fly well, even though it would technically be correct. But damn.
Right?
I think I got it.
We'll just have to roll with it for now. Let's just keep Eula from getting anyone else riled up.
Well then, I'm glad you learned something. You're already halfway toward mastering aristocratic conduct.
Cool.
A proper manner of speech is more aesthetic than anything else. It stems from their taste for refinement.
Gotcha.
But we must also practice your bearing. I have a very effective way of training for this. Come with me to Dragonspine.
Oh boy, we're going to Dragonspine. Oh boy. Just what I wanted. Dragonspine. Cool. So, yeah. So far, I think Eula is... I like her, but she almost does it to herself. As far as the hate she gets. I know it stems from being from the Lawrence clan, so there's that need to right those wrongs. But by going around and doing this, even though it's just an example, does not help her case at all. Like I said before, these examples were also very bad because that's not how the conversation would go anyway once I do talk to Schubert. So there's also that. It does super suck that although, you know, she's from the Lawrence clan, but she's part of the Knights of Favonius and she's trying to make a difference and do things that are best for Mondstadt and all that jazz, that she still gets weird looks just because she's part of the Lawrence clan, right? And I figure that's why she acts the way she does. She grew up thinking one thing and was taught another and then just tried to be better, but grew up essentially with everyone around her looking at her like she's a traitor, even though she didn't do anything. It's like me going to Japan and having Japanese people hate me because I'm American and what happened in World War II. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of that going on here. And, boy, does that suck. But what we just went through, essentially harassing these people, I mean, it's so weird that, like, she's kind of like, yeah, perhaps I provoked. Like, she doesn't fully know that the words that she's saying are straight up insulting. It's so odd to me. Because you gotta know, you can't be that dense. You'd have to know that they're not good words to use when addressing someone. Hey there, do you ever want more? Just more of stuff? Well, you can have more, and I'm willing to give it to you. If you sign up for my Patreon or become a member here on my YouTube, you can get more, just more things, more of this kind of thing, more of that, just uncut content, and whatever else I want to give you. It's pretty exclusive. Not everyone gets it, but if you're a member on one of these things, you will. And I really hope you sign up, otherwise I'm gonna have my vengeance. Back to the video.
It's so cold. Does aristocrat training really need to be done here?
If you wish to truly achieve the dignified conduct of an aristocrat, you must learn to remain composed and elegant even amidst harsh conditions.
Okay.
For example, you can see that part of the path up ahead is quite difficult to traverse. But a well-trained aristocrat would not only effortlessly proceed forward, but do so without a stain on their garment and their elegance fully intact.
Really?
Paimon thinks we've left the realm of aristocrats and entered the realm of adventuring.
I think so too.
Compared to what we've already seen, this should be a piece of cake.
Yeah, I'm used to this kind of challenge. Should be way easier than making conversation, at least.
Paimon thinks so too. But you've got this in the bag.
Thanks.
You look pretty confident this time.
I got this.
All right, let's get started. Remember, you must be graceful and elegant. Don't get knocked or launched into the air. That would be most unsightly.
I'll do my best.
Good luck. Just remember, don't get knocked or launched into the air. That would be most inelegant.
Okay. Here I go. Oh boy. Oh man. I thought that was an enemy. I was not paying attention. Already failed. Wait, do I have to get that? Is this the thing that I need? Oh. Oh, it's starting like now.
Alright, cool. Let's just... Oh man, I'm already got knocked around. I'm not really good at this. I'm not good at being elegant, guys. I don't know if you knew this. But I'm not the best at, Hey, little fox. Ow!
How'd I do?
Not bad. A lot better than I had anticipated, at least.
It was awful. I got hit by everything. Alright. So maybe I'm not the most elegant person.
Paimon almost didn't make it through. Whew. Good thing we didn't get stuck. So, are we aristocrats now?
Don't flatter yourselves. We've only just begun. This scenario was relatively simple. In the face of a real battle, one would seldom have a chance to stop and evaluate the situation. There's a ley line monolith just up ahead that will attract nearby monsters. True elegance is the ability to calmly yet swiftly make decisions in the heat of battle.
Is this how you normally train?
My family set only the highest expectations for me, even as a child.
I see. I was not aware that the aristocrats would actually go through this kind of training. I wonder if this is just a Eula thing? I don't know.
Let's proceed, shall we?
Okay, go to training location, activate the ley line monolith. Here we go.
This is the ley line monolith. Go ahead, activate it. But be careful not to get launched into the air or frozen while fighting. That would be most unsightly.
Oh, I'll do my best.
Written in the stars.
We're doing great. There we go. That was much easier than going through an obstacle course.
Well done. Your performance was most impressive.
Thank you.
And you managed to remain calm even in these grueling dragon spine surroundings. I'm starting to wonder if even I could have done the same.
Sure.
Given such an outstanding performance, it seems there is little left for me to teach you.
Okay.
Like Paimon said, adventuring is our specialty.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's it for our training, right? Then let's get out of Dragonspine before Paimon turns into a popsicle. Ooh.
A Paimonsicle. I'm sorry, that was stupid.
Hold on. I was commending the Traveler's performance just now. You, on the other hand, seem to have made no progress at all.
Yes! Call her out. She does nothing. I'm kidding. No, I just like it. Hold on. I just like it when they actually separate the two of us. When it's not just everything I do, Paimon gets credit for as well. I don't know. We're a team. I get it. I'm just joking. But it's just funny how she's kind of like, yeah, you just kind of hung out. You're not really an aristocrat.
What? You mean Paimon was also part of the training?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. You were frantically flying and dashing about throughout the entire thing. Not an elegant sight at all. Did you even listen to anything I was trying to teach you?
Maybe that's just Paimon's style?
Hey! That's not true! Paimon was just focusing on you the whole time!
Oh, yeah? What'd you see?
Whatever the reason, not heeding my instructions. A cause for vengeance, perhaps.
All right.
Now, drink this.
Okay.
Huh? What is it? Are you trying to poison Paimon?
Certainly not. It's warm milk.
Nice.
Didn't you just say that you were freezing? Drink it and it'll help warm you up.
Oh, thank you. Are you still planning on the whole vengeance thing?
Wondering if it's poisoned?
If I wasn't, then why would I care about you being cold? If you turned into a Paimon popsicle, that would ruin my plans for vengeance now, wouldn't it?
Listen, I made it worse, but she's still called a Paimon pop. Come on, guys, come on. Anyway, yeah. See, Eula cares. She's nice. It's just one of those things like, you can't die. I have to kill you. So she'll be nice until that point.
So, dear friend, don't die on me out here.
Ah! Paimon knew something was off!
Thank you for looking after Paimon. You are pretty strange, though.
All in the name of vengeance. No need to thank me.
Okay.
Now then, given that your training is complete, it's time we return to Mondstadt. Our last step will be preparing a cordial gift to present to my uncle when you meet him.
Alrighty.
I already have something in mind. Let's pay Sarah a visit at Good Hunter.
Sure.
Oh, hey, Eula. I see you've met the Honorary Knight.
We meet again, Amber! Seems we're just bound to run into you these days.
Well, I just got back and was thinking about grabbing a bite at Good Hunter. But now that you're here, why don't we all eat together?
Sure.
Very well. It's been some time since we've last shared a meal together. Come, take a seat. We can discuss my uncle's gift while we eat.
Yeah.
Yes? Is there something else you'd like to order?
Could you please prepare a serving of my uncle's favorite, gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut? We'll take it as a gift to him later.
Coming right up. It'll take some time to prepare. I'll have it here at the counter once it's ready.
Alrighty.
Hold on a moment. Is this satisfying salad also something that Amber ordered?
No, she didn't order it. But because she didn't order any vegetables, I thought I'd throw in a salad on the house. You know, to contrast all the meat dishes.
Damn. When you're a regular at a place and you only get meat and they're like actually concerned for your health enough to give you a free salad, that says something. Goddamn, Amber.
So, we clearly didn't order this, yet you prepared it without authorization. Mark my words, this transgression will not go unnoticed.
What?
You're gonna take revenge on her for giving us a free salad?
God damn it.
You should know me by now. That's the kind of villainous character I am.
Awful. Just obviously the big bad.
Well then, please wait a moment while I get the dish for your uncle started.
But I'm glad she was cool with it rather than just being like, goddamn Lawrence people. Like, you know what I mean?
Delicious unauthorized delicacies. Sarah will pay for this.
Why would you choose gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut as a gift for your uncle? Paimon's never even heard that dish before.
It sounds like something that Fischl would try to say.
This dish isn't actually on Good Hunter's menu. Only long-standing patrons such as my uncle would know about the dish. The old aristocrat seemed to take a liking to it.
Because of the sour flavor of the sauerkraut, not too many people are fond of it these days. I guess it's become less popular over time. Eula treated me to the dish once, and I couldn't even finish a bite. I've nicknamed it gebratenes Fleisch mit Vengeance ever since. Ugh.
I never expected us to have such completely different tastes in food. If I weren't in such a good mood, I'd say that constitutes grounds for transgression.
So even Amber doesn't escape your vengeance.
Of course not. It's hard to find someone in Mondstadt that attracts contempt as much as she does.
It's fine when you're just joking between us, but I'm afraid our Honorary Knight might misunderstand you.
Kind of.
Eula's always talking about vengeance, but that's just how she is. It's nothing you should take too seriously.
Fair enough.
But I am serious, and I'll remember every transgression committed against me. Ugh, it's no wonder so many people dislike you.
Damn.
Paimon's starting to realize that Eula is actually a very good person.
Yeah, she is.
There's no need to be so awkward when you want to say something nice.
Yeah, so this whole thing, which I'm kind of understanding now, is just like her way of, when you do something she doesn't like, it is kind of like, well, I am going to pay you back. Not necessarily in a way where it's going to threaten someone's life, but yeah, she just can't it's like she's someone that needs to have the last word in everything, but she doesn't have that last word prepared, so to speak. So she just marks it as a vengeance to eventually do something towards that person, whether it's not necessarily a negative, but just a way to respond and do something. That's how I'm kind of seeing it. So by her getting a free salad and she's just kind of like, vengeance will be mine, it's because she wasn't expecting it. It's nice. She doesn't know how to handle it in the moment, so she says her silly catchphrase, and then it's just her eventually going to have to go through her list and come up with a plan like, okay, they gave me a free salad, what can I do for them now? Right? That's kind of what that is. So I think it's like her way of just either like playing around, getting back, and I guess just getting along with people in a way, in her weird lingo. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I don't think I really knew, like I got the feeling of that, but I wasn't sure. And I think this little interaction here confirms that you can't take Eula too seriously when she's going off with vengeance this, vengeance that. It is very weird, but at the same time, she has reason to be weird. So, right. Here we go.
Listen, you've never been labeled as a social pariah, have you?
Maybe.
Well, no?
So that's why you wouldn't understand how hard it is for a bad person to try to be good. It's impossible for me, and I have no intention of acting like a good person.
Right. That makes sense too. People have already made up their minds about her before they even know her. She's just kind of like, I'm just going to appear this way because why fight it?
Alright, no need to look so sullen. I'm just kidding. Come on, let's eat. The food is getting cold.
You're not really just kidding though. Yep. A little awkward pause.
Oh, I am stuffed. I'll see Sarah about the bill.
No need. I've left the mora under the plate. If you try to settle it with her in person, she won't accept payment for the salad.
Right. And now you're paying for the salad because you're a nice person.
Don't underestimate my ability to exact revenge.
There we go.
Sarah won't get the upper hand this time.
It's just having to have that last word, whether it's a good deed or not.
Alright, next you should pay my uncle a visit. He has a small camp at the top of the mountain near Springvale. He usually whiles his time away there when there's nothing else to do.
Okay.
Aren't you coming with us, Eula?
I'm afraid that wouldn't be very convenient for me. It'd be better if you two went alone.
Okay.
Ah, yes. Please do remember to pick up the dish from Sarah.
I still have more recon to do in the wilderness. Well, until next time.
Let's meet again. What an interesting bunch you are.
Thanks. Okay. So, Eula and Amber. Amber wasn't really in the party, but... Oh, I have to... Yep, sorry. Yeah, she's kind of not with us to do this, which is understandable, but I wonder how this is going to go down now.
Here, the Gebratenes Fleischmitz sauerkraut is ready to go. Be sure to eat it while it's hot, otherwise the flavor will be spoiled.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, don't worry too much when Eula says strange things. She's actually a very good person.
Okay, good.
Paimon's been meaning to ask. No one could stand the sight of Eula when she was trying to speak with the others in Mondstadt earlier. But she seemed to get along fine with you and Amber just now. What's up with that?
Because they took the time to get to know her.
The people of Mondstadt don't take kindly to anyone bearing the Lawrence name. They are unable to see past her family, therefore they don't actually see Eula for herself.
It also doesn't help that she's walking up to them and calling them, like, you know, lowly people.
So no matter what Eula tries to do, it's seen as a wrongdoing. It essentially strips the meaning of anything she tries to accomplish.
I think I understand now. So that's what she meant when she said it was hard for a bad person to try to be good.
How come you're able to see Eula differently then?
Because she took the time.
Well, when she joined the Knights of Favonius, it caused quite an uproar. Many people signed a petition demanding that the Knights reverse their decision.
Damn. Bruh, that's rough.
At the same time, numerous members of the Lawrence clan crowded the entrance of the Knights of Favonius headquarters, clamoring for Eula to give an explanation.
Whoa, so both sides were unhappy.
Man, that's rough. Your own family thinking that you're a traitor, and then the people like, no, your family are bad, get out of there. Like, just not wanted by anybody. Despite trying to do good.
That's right. So you can imagine how determined Eula must have been under such circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks to Grandmaster Varka and the unwavering attitudes of others in the Knights of Favonius, they were able to quell the unrest. Tensions still remain beneath the surface, I'm afraid. In the eyes of the people, she's a stain on the Knights of Favonius. And in the eyes of the Lawrence clan, she's a disgrace to her family.
Yep.
But she simply fulfills her duty as a knight, silently helping one person after another, myself included.
Yeah, and I guess that's also why she kind of went to the extremes to help us with the language. You'd imagine that she knows after all this that she's considered a bad guy anyway, so she feels no shame of just talking to people like that to show examples of the language that is used. Although I still think she would have to have talked to another aristocrat for it to be a better example, but still, I get what they're trying to do here. Yeah, she was more concerned about helping us rather than what people were going to think of her. And that's just how she is with most people, regardless of what they think about her. So, her words are strange, but her actions are true.
People like Eula should be approached with care and understanding. She could stand to be treated a little more fairly.
It's good that you're able to understand her. If only there were more people like you.
I believe a day will come when things will get better.
Once everything's settled, we should go talk to Eula again. Paimon thinks we know how to communicate with her now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad. I think that would make her very happy, though she might not ever admit it.
No, she'll want to exact vengeance on us.
Take care. Please come again.
Okay. You should do something with those steaks. They've been on the counter for a really long time. Nice camp. You hang out here? I didn't do that! I don't even know what that is. God damn it.
The tent seems to be pretty tattered, but there's a really fancy chair.
He's sitting in the chair.
Could this be another aristocratic custom?
Ah, it's you again.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I had rid myself of you two.
We have heard that aristocrats are most magnanimous. Please, if I may be so bold as to say a few humble words.
A few humble words, huh? Yes, that sounds appropriate enough.
Okay, he liked that.
Very well. I'm certainly not one to be narrow-minded.
Well,
I'll overlook your previous misconduct for now and listen to what you have to say.
you could argue that you were narrow-minded in the beginning just because we didn't speak the way you want. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Wow, this guy thinks so highly of himself.
Before I go further, I wish to express my will of resistance. It is an honor to stand before you here, immersed in your supreme brilliance.
It appears I have misjudged you. Supreme brilliance. The glory of the nobility that continues to this day. A true loyalist.
Oh god, this is so painful.
Impressive. My intentions were to test your humility. It appears you have become well versed in our etiquette.
I'm trying, man.
Oh, so he was testing us. Sheesh, what an ordeal.
Your conduct is satisfactory. I must say, such progress in such a short time is practically unfathomable.
Well, I had a good teacher.
If I may ask, From whence did you learn such a civilized manner of speech?
Oh boy. I was fortunate enough to benefit from the knowledge of a dear friend. I refined my conduct with some instruction in the classics, courtesy of a dear friend.
Ah, good. Very good. You are bright, and compared with the common folk of Mondstadt, you certainly have potential. If you were of aristocratic blood, your prospects would be promising indeed.
I didn't like the tone you had when you said common folk. Anyway.
By the way, we brought a gift. Paimon means we would like to present you with a small token of our goodwill.
Alright, that was a good line. I like how she hung on some of the word. Goodwill. Like, that was good.
Could this be? Gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut?
Yes.
It's evident that your sentiment is genuine. As a young person nowadays, only with no small effort could you achieve such a dish.
Glad you like it.
It's been so long since I dug into a big, tasty... I beg your pardon. What I mean to say is, since it's nearly mealtime, I shall partake.
Yeah, you could break the act, my guy. It's fine.
Ah, yes. This aroma, just as I remember it. And this exquisite sour flavor. A delicacy that only us noblemen and women could appreciate.
Now even Paimon's starting to wonder what it tastes like.
I acknowledge your genuine goodwill. Such sincerity must certainly imply that you come bearing a request.
It seems there's word that the Lawrence family has a grand scheme of sorts.
Wait, so you've come to know of this, too? It was meant to be a family secret.
No! What? I would like to know what I can do for the nobility. Oh no. I hope it's a different scheme. I hope it's not like... Okay.
Well, considering your meticulous etiquette, you must be a talent of unusual fortitude. I'm willing to place my full trust in you.
That's great. Also, probably your blunder. But, man, just... I'm wondering if there's just a misunderstanding when I said scheme, and there's a different idea, a different thing that the Lawrence clan is doing.
Please, come with me. We happen to be in need of competent fellows like yourself.
Where are we going?
To see some friends from a distant land. They have offered their assistance in restoring the Lawrence clan to its former glory.
No. No, it's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good. Ah.
So he trusts us solely based on your etiquette.
I think we need to be careful. Perhaps this is what the old aristocrats see as most important.
Well then, let's get going, shall we? You'll understand everything in due course.
Yeah, I can't wait to find out your connections.
Do you think his friends are the Fatui?
They might
Things will get sticky if the Fatui happen to recognize you. What should we do?
I'll just put on my Fatui mask. I think this is definitely going in the direction of Schubert being connected to the Fatui. It seems pretty obvious now. He's talking about some help from a faraway land. I could be getting thrown off. This could just be red herring. And I'm kind of like hoping that there's a twist. But, man, and what Paimon said is also true. If we walk up and it's Fatui and they happen to recognize us, jig is up. We're screwed. It's over. Not saying every Fatui would know who we are, but at this point in time, they probably could, considering the events that happened in both Mondstadt and Eula. There would probably be word out that there's this traveler going around, always involved with the stuff that's happening, that's stopping the big plans that the Fatui are planning. So there's a chance. They would know.
Huh? Why have you put on a mask all of a sudden?
I was joking about the mask. Did I say I would put on the mask? I don't know. I thought about it. I don't know if I actually said it. I don't wish to be seen by any strangers. It is only proper for aristocrats to wear a mask. I don't know if that's true.
Even if they are powerful, our status is much higher than theirs in the land of Mondstadt. And therefore, we shouldn't allow them to admire our true faces so easily. I see.
Yes, true.
Good thinking. Paimon thought for sure they'd recognize us.
I mean, it's crazy how... It's like the Superman thing, right?
Let's proceed, shall we? I'll introduce you as my guest.
Yes, good. You don't know what to call me otherwise. I had never introduced myself.
As you'll see in a moment, there are many already helping us. I heard that this area had already been purged once by the Knights of Favonius, but it's the only place around Mondstadt that is well concealed and spacious enough. Although it has fallen into disrepair and does not suit the tastes of the nobility, we simply have to make do for now.
Sorry, can we walk any faster?
No.
Of course not. An aristocrat always moves with grace in his steps. Moving up...
As expected, it's the Fatui!
Goddamn.
As expected?
Because we always see them around the city. They must be very powerful.
Huh. Nothing more than foreign ruffians with power and the ability to flaunt it. But they are favorable business partners.
Okay. Let's go.
Hold it right there. Who's this?
If you really must know...
Prepare for trouble!
Make it double!
They're my guests. If you happen to offend them in even the slightest, then you will be held accountable by the Lawrence clan.
Thanks for sticking up for us, friend.
But this matter is of utmost secrecy. We must exercise caution.
You dare question the ways of a nobleman? I don't have time for this. Make way.
No need to sound all high and mighty like that. Fine. You may proceed.
Good thing you're with us. They don't dare to question you.
I shouldn't talk to you, but I will.
That is the benefit of prestige. In past times, it would be a dire offense to speak to a nobleman in such a manner. We could determine a person's fate with the blink of an eye. Huh. And such glory will return to me again before long.
God damn it, my guy, you kind of scum. This is pretty elaborate.
Where have I seen this person before?
Shit.
And who, may I ask, is this? We mustn't bring just anyone in here.
Sergei, just look away. It's gonna be fine.
This is our new ally that I've recently met. They are completely trustworthy. You have the word of the Lawrence clan.
I'm not saying shit.
Our plans are strictly confidential. It's not wise to bring in an outsider at this time. Furthermore, there's been word that an outlander who joined the Knights of Favonius has been very active in Mondstadt recently.
I mean... I don't know. Could just be a rumor.
Don't be ridiculous. Besides, my guest is well versed in the etiquette of the nobility. I must treat them with the proper mutual respect. The Knights of Favonius pay no regard to such details. They could never understand the intricacies of our etiquette.
And what about this thing?
Alright. Sergei's now my homeboy. Like, the second character ever in this game to actually question what Paimon is. Not the second. There's been a few others. But for the most part, most people are like, nah, they don't acknowledge her. This guy's like, what the hell are you? Sergey, you are right. You are right.
You mean Paimon?
Yeah, Paimon, what are you? Say it.
Enough!
God!
You dare question my word? Need I remind you who it is who has made your activity in Mondstadt possible? Without the support of the Lawrence clan, you would have all been driven out by the Knights of Favonius like dogs.
Dude, if you are the reason why they're still hanging around, I'd be very upset with you.
You must immediately offer your sincerest apologies to my friend. You've offended their honor.
Fine. I'll take your word and make no further inquiries. Now, to the matter at hand. Did you bring the diagram of Mondstadt's defenses as promised?
Oh, so that's what's going on here.
Yes, of course. Here it is.
Let me see. Huh. Why is it so poorly drawn? Everything's so squiggly and crooked. And what is this shape supposed to be?
That's a heart, 'cause I love you.
Excuse me? I'll have you know that I went to great lengths to carefully draw this map by hand myself.
Perhaps this is why he was hanging around the northern wall. I think that wall has the easiest access into Mondstadt, because the hill on the side of the island of it, like, you can kind of like climb up and it's relatively easy to get over. I don't know if they thought of that, but that's kind of like a thing that I noticed while playing, where it's like, oh, that's like the wall that's least troublesome to get to Mondstadt through, other than like the main entrance.
That shape is the symbol of the Knights of Favonius.
Huh, I see. Crude, but I can make do. Are you able to verify that this is all reliable information?
Of course, you needn't worry about that. Don't forget what we agreed upon. The flag of the Lawrence clan will fly above the Knights of Favonius headquarters. The rights to that building, as well as the whole of Mondstadt, belong to the Lawrence clan.
God. Schubert, you are very disappointing.
Yes, we will both profit from this agreement. There's no use haggling over the details. We will make good use of the intel you provided. Also, be certain not to divulge our identity. There would be diplomatic consequences, you know.
Don't worry, this matter is only between you and I. And my new friend here. No one else will know of it.
There is no reason why he should have trusted us so quick to bring us here, but I get it.
Once this is over, I shall stand atop the Favonius headquarters and rebuke their pathetic rule over Mondstadt. Then, the city and all its people will once again be under the rightful and unwavering rule of the Lawrence clan. Perfect. Just as it once was, and just as it should be.
Oh man, you an asshole.
May I remind you once again that we mustn't act rashly. That is all, for now.
Very well.
Very well.
Huh? What are you doing?
We ball. No need to keep up appearances. The jig is up.
That's right! It's the Honorary Knight and their trusty companion Paimon! We're here to crush your evil schemes into dust! Dust!
And breathe. I think they got the message, Paimon.
So this was all just a ploy to deceive me?
Yes.
It's your own fault! Who would put so much trust in someone based purely on their manners?
After so much planning, this is how it ends? Huh, we'll see about that.
Where you going, Schubert?
Just as I expected. I knew I should have never trusted these foolish aristocrats.
If this guy has the plans, though, I would have gone after him first.
No matter. We already have the intel we need.
Right.
Get them!
Right, exactly. Like, don't let them have the intel. You know?
They're running off in different directions.
Oh.
Paimon remembers that this place is a dead end. Let's take care of the Fatui first and then deal with Schubert later.
Okay.
Let's end this.
Shut her!
This is bad.
The door is open. Let's go.
Nice pose. Alright. Oh, Eula's here. Hi! How's it going? I'm you, and you're me.
Is that Eula?
Don't touch me! Get out of my way! I'll leave on my own!
No, you will not.
It seems we finally caught up with you. This place is crawling with Fatui. Oh, it's you. It seems your investigation went well.
It was all worth it. Things progressed much faster than we anticipated.
Aha! I see now. So you're the one that taught them our etiquette. And I thought you despised such pleasantries.
Mm-hmm.
Furthermore, there is a rule in our family. Such traditions are never to be taught to outsiders.
Ah, yes. Rings a bell. So what? I had no reason not to teach them.
Mm-hmm.
You have brought shame to our family and ruined my plans. It's all for naught now.
Yes.
I know that you poured great efforts into these plans, Uncle. But you are well aware that it was not the right thing to do. As a Knight of Favonius, I could not overlook your actions.
Hell yeah.
Knight of Favonius? Let's get one thing straight. I am your uncle, and you are a member of the Lawrence clan. You should strive to restore your family's glory.
Well, you guys disrespected her when she joined the Knights of Favonius. That makes you dumb, dirty poo-poo heads. Sorry for the language. I know, I shouldn't have said it. I'll hold back next time. I'm sorry.
You still have a chance. Defeat every Knight of Favonius here, and leave with me.
Could you imagine if the story just changed and Eula was like, okay, and just started, like, attacking the Knights? That'd be insane. It's not gonna happen, but that'd be wild.
Then I shall plead with the family to spare you and give you a new beginning.
So just to be clear, you want a Knight of Favonius to attack the Knights of Favonius?
I shall say this one last time. You are not a Knight of Favonius. You are a descendant of the Lawrence clan. The blood of the Lawrence clan flows in your veins. You must comply with the will of the family.
Since when have I ever complied with the will of the family?
Mm-hmm.
Why, you unruly maid!
If anyone should be angry, it should be me. As a member of the Lawrence clan, you knowingly plotted against the city of Mondstadt and threatened its safety. Had you ever stopped to consider the trouble it would bring to so many people? Had you considered how many enemies you would make trying to keep the plans under wraps?
Mm-hmm.
You dare lecture me?
That's right. In the name of the family that you so dearly revere, Uncle Schubert. I've never experienced the age of glory you always speak of, and I've never understood our family's incessant pursuit of it. But I am capable of discerning right from wrong, and I deeply understand what freedom means to the people of Mondstadt.
Oof.
The Lawrence clan should never and will never become what you've dreamed it to be.
Oh, the disgrace of it all! How could such a rebellious monster emerge from our own family?
Things are starting to get pretty hysterical here. Politeness and elegance seem to have gone out the window.
That's enough fuss for today. You two, take him away. The Honorary Knight and I have other matters to attend to.
Yeah.
Given that you've already taken action, I assume you've come across some conclusive evidence?
The Fatui are in possession of a diagram of Mondstadt's defenses. Yeah.
Paimon took a peek at their diagram. Your uncle had mapped out all of the Knight's patrol routes and marked out key information about Mondstadt.
And there was me thinking that he was just another elder of the family. And a lazy one at that. I never suspected he could stoop this low. So stubborn. Mark my words, vengeance will be mine.
Okay.
Let's discuss this later. Our first priority is recovering that diagram.
Yeah, let's go mess them up. Nice. Alright, that was easy enough. Alright, open that. Oh, God!
Here, huh?
Hello.
I guess there's no other option but to fight.
Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Ow!
Rack and ruin!
You need to knock that off.
You dare provoke me! Fatui, come forth and dispose of them!
No, don't. What if you didn't, though?
Written in the stars.
Alright, listen, bud.
Core.
Not a fan of what you just did.
I condemn you.
There we go. Nice.
Death.
That was fun.
This must be it. They may very well have already made a copy of it. But without my uncle as their puppet, there'd be no use in them attacking the city.
Yeah, if they were trying to keep a lower profile, sure.
The Fatui wouldn't have relied only on your uncle.
Yeah, there could be other things at play.
True. But if their plan had hinged purely on taking Mondstadt by force, as opposed to with the help of a puppet, they could have spared themselves the trouble. The Fatui are dishonest, but they wouldn't go as far as to start an open war. Their opposition wouldn't just be Mondstadt alone.
Are arguable. This is very arguable. I mean, they almost went to war with Eula. Let's be real. What they were doing was war crimes, at least borderline war crimes. So I don't know about that. I mean, like, I get what you mean. Sure, it wouldn't be smart for them to do that. They don't need to do that, especially after recent events. But I wouldn't rule it out. But in this situation, yeah, their plan's pretty much foiled. They just want some kind of control in Mondstadt, right? They don't want to necessarily destroy it. They just want to take it. That would be putting the cart before the horse.
Anyway, I'll inform the acting Grandmaster. She'll know how to handle things from here.
By the way, why did you follow us here?
Oh yeah, you suddenly appeared at just the right moment.
Yeah, about that. Because you stole my targets by attacking the Fatui I'd been tracking earlier.
Oh, yeah, this is her vengeance. Now she is gonna take... It's like we took the credit from her. Or we participated in her mission. So she felt the need to participate in ours. Okay, I like how that kind of circled back.
I came to exact my vengeance. You tried to do my job for me, and I'm here to return the favor.
So getting the diagram of Mondstadt's defenses was your way of exacting revenge? Guess we're even now, right?
Finally! After all this time, Paimon understands what you're saying!
Me too. This was useful to help me understand why she does that, to why she says those things. Because I always thought it was just like a weird quirk. And it is, but there's a reason to it. And I like the reasoning behind it. And now I understand that more. So this wasn't so... It's weird because I went into this like, what am I going to figure out about this character? I feel like I know already so much. I already know so much already. And like, what's going to happen here? We dealt with her family stuff, and we actually learned more about her personality-wise, which is what we do in these story quests, which is very nice. But this was good. This was good. This was good. This was nice. I came out actually with more information than I had going in, and I like that. It's paced very well too.
In reality, you sensed that something might happen to us during our investigation.
Mm-hmm.
You were worried about us and your uncle, so you brought a team to take a look.
My purpose was vengeance. Don't twist the story.
Ah, ha, ha.
You don't look too bright, but it turns out you have a knack for scheming.
Okay, yep.
And mark my words, I'll remember that.
Okay.
Hey, what do you mean Paimon doesn't look too bright?
Come on.
You have seeded a deep enmity between us. Just you wait. Even if you were to be completely destroyed, I would never forget you.
So does that make us your arch enemies?
Bring it on!
I like your fighting spirit. I'll take this diagram back to the Knights of Favonius and take it from here.
Okay.
Sure. Well, see you around.
That you will. And make sure not to steal my targets next time.
No promises. Nice. And that's it. That was Eula's story quest. And I enjoyed it. Eula is a great character. And although going into this with her vengeance thing, I thought it was just like a quirky little character thing. And it is, but we find out there's a lot more to it. And I think that's great. I think that's great character stuff right there. I mean, come on. They're really knocking it out of the park with these things. Also, the other thing I'd like to say is that it's a shame that the Lawrence clan is still not looking great. But hey, it is what it is, and at least Eula is looking great in all the ways. Anyway, but that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, then please let me know by subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already, liking the video, dropping a comment down below, and checking out the description for additional ways of how to support me. Every little bit counts. Thank you so much, and until next time, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.